When decorating our homes and space, one of the major decisions we have to make first is color. What colors do I want on the wall? What colors do I want my furniture to be? Like, you just have to think about it because it plays a major role in our space. It affects our mood and it also influences our emotions. That is why when you're picking out your colors, you have to be really careful because they have to adapt into the space and also suit your taste. Some questions that might pop in your mind when you want to pick out colors for your space might be: how do I choose the right color? How do I combine these colors? Where do I even start to build these color palettes? Don't worry, everybody goes through that. That is why this video is going to be shedding light on that today. If you're new on this channel, my name is Ebunloa and I am an interior designer. This channel is all about interior design tips. We also vlog once in a while where we show you some lifestyles and so please, the best way that you can support this channel is to smash the like button right now, and also you can subscribe for content like this because they'll just keep rolling in. So guys, let's go straight into the video. I'm going to be sharing with you 3 tips that can help you select the right color for your space. The first one is the purpose of the space and color meaning. You see, colors have meaning. Colors communicate feelings such as relaxation, passion, excitement, and so on. That is why when you're picking color for a particular space, you have to understand the purpose of that space. What is this space going to be like? What do I want to feel when I'm in this space? When you answer those questions, you are able to ask yourself, which color will help me achieve the mood and vibe I want in this space? Colors can enhance a space. Colors can even push further the vibe of a space. Colors can make a small space feel larger and bigger than it actually is. And it can also make a very large space feel cozy and, smaller than it actually is. So color is very important when you're styling your space. Some technical questions to ask yourself when you're picking out your colors are: how many windows do I have in this space? Where is this space located in my house? Where are these windows facing? If there are no natural light coming into that space, which means you have limited windows in that space, which means you are not getting enough sunlight into that space, you can opt for light colors to illuminate the space and reflect light into the space. These are ways that colors can actually help your space more functional. The second tip would be to select a neutral color. Color palettes is usually made up of neutral color and accent color. So a neutral color is a great way to create a form of base for your space. When you select a neutral color, you are creating like a canvas for your space. This way you can bring in accent colors, vibrant colors later into your space. A neutral wall is an endless opportunity. You are not limited when it comes to styling your space when you pick a neutral wall. Unlike when you pick a color that is not neutral for your walls, you're already limiting the other colors you are bringing into your space, which might make it a little bit difficult if you are not a professional. So the easiest way to start out your color palette is to select a neutral color for your wall, then you start building up from there. There are 2 types of neutral colors. We have warm neutral colors and cool neutral colors. Warm neutral colors, like it sounds, have undertones of warm colors like red, orange, yellow, and so on, while the cool neutral colors have undertones of cool colors like blue, green, and so on. So whatever neutral color you're picking, you're creating an opportunity for yourself to bring in vibrant colors later. The number 3 tip on my list is to select an accent color. Accent colors provide emphasis on a particular element to create contrast. As the name it implies, it accentuates an element in your space to create emphasis and contrast in that space. So when you pick your neutral colors first, it is easy for you to pick an accent colors into the space. For instance, you have a base of white walls, you can bring in accent colors in your furnitures, you can bring in accent colors in your curtains, and so on. Accent color does not necessarily have to be a vibrant color. For instance, you can have a white wall and you can bring in colors like black, dark gray to create contrast in that space. Accent colors just have to contrast with the neutral colors that you picked initially. Although doing this will make the palette monochrome, but it still functions as an accent because it creates emphasis in that space. When you get into that space, your eyes go straight to the accent colors, to where the accent colors are. That is the function of the accent color, to create emphasis and contrast in your space. There are also situations where you have to bring in vibrant colors into a space. For example, when you're styling kids' room, you want to create a vibe or mood for creativity, for happiness, for joy. So that way you bring in accent colors like yellow, red, orange, and so on to just create this playful vibe in that space. If you decide to choose more than one accent color in your space, you have to know how to combine these colors very well, because when you're bringing in accent colors into your space, especially when you're picking more than two, it can be difficult to select the right colors and a little bit tricky to combine them. That is why we use color theory and color wheel in selecting colors in interior design, but that is another video entirely that is going to come after this video. So if you find this video really interesting and you learned something today, you can consider clicking the subscribe button right now so that we can do this again. And also, please give me a thumbs up. It's a way for you to support this channel. So before I go, I'm going to leave you two tips. The first thing is always test your colors first. You know, sometimes we decide in our mind, oh, I want a white wall, or I want a cream wall. But the thing is, these paints come in different undertones. Sometimes you think you're buying a white paint and then you get home, you put it on the wall and it's giving you a bluish undertone, giving you a pinkish undertone that you do not want. So the best thing is always test the paint before you buy in bulk. For instance, if you're painting a big house, you can just buy a bucket of paint first, paint the wall very well and see how it dries out at the end. If you're okay with the result, you can go ahead and buy as many as you want. And if you're painting a small space, let's say a small room, you can paint one wall first and see the results when the paint is dry. That way, you don't paint the whole room and at the end of the day, you're not satisfied and you have to repaint again. It saves you time and gives you less stress. And please note that an empty space is different from a styled space. Furnitures have a way of changing the ambience in a space. You have a large room, it's painted white and it's looking so bright, you're like, wow. Then you decide to go for a dark color curtain to like limit the light that is in the space. Make sure that you consider the colors of your furnitures, because sometimes when you bring furniture into a space, it reduces the ambience in that space. The space is not as bright as it used to be, depending on the color of the furniture. Sometimes if the furniture is a light tone furniture, it's creating more ambience in the space because it's reflecting light into the space. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate. Please give me a thumbs up if this video has been helpful for you, and you can click the notification bell so you can get notified when I post a new video. See you in my next video.